Hi guys, in this video I'll talk about shallow copy and deep copy in JavaScript. What exactly are they and what are the differences between shallow copy and deep copy? This is a very popular JavaScript interview question, and this can also be asked in another question form, which can be what exactly are reference types in JavaScript. So I'll dig into the individual shallow copy and deep copy and differences between two, and also I'll cover this in the angle that what exactly are reference types in this video. So let's just dig in. The first section of this video will be uh, whereby I'll be talking about shallow copy and deep copy in theory. I'll show some slides, I'll try to explain it, and then we'll dig into code where you'll get exactly what I'm referring to in the slides. So let's just dig in. So to understand deep copy and shallow copy, first of all we need to understand that data types in JavaScript can be differentiated or segregated in two forms, two categories, which are primitive data types and reference data types. So primitive data types are numbers, strings, and booleans, and reference data types are arrays and objects. So what happens is, if I declare a variable a and I define it with some value, so I can declare a variable with let var or const. So I defined it with 10. Now if I declare another variable b and I define it with with a, so what will happen is a will get its own memory location and have a value of 10, and b will have its own memory location and have a value of 10. What exactly happened is 10 is copied from a to b, so both of them have their own memory location. So if I modify b, suppose I define b with some other value, b is equal to 20, so this will not change a, it will just change the value of b. Whereas so primitive data types can be number or string or boolean value. Let's jump into reference types. So you'll get what I'm trying to explain, that how is it different. So in reference types, which can be arrays or objects, so what happens is, if I declare a object, I define it with some properties and its values. So here a refers to first name and last name. It is an object which consists of two properties, first name and last name. Both are having some values. So if I declare another variable b and I define it with a, so uh, the most naive understanding what I have is b will have a a different object, which will have the same value of a. But what happens is, in reference types, b will have a pointer of a. So a and b will point to same memory location. This is shallow copy. If I define b simply by equating to a, this will do a shallow copy. I'm copying a pointer. I'm exactly copying a pointer, not the value. So shallow copy can result to disasters. Let's go to the code to understand this, what I'm referring to. If I open, I'll open console and text editor, so that I can, first of all I'll discuss primitive data types, whereby the values are, the data is copied. So if I declare let a is equal to some value, let's take 100. Another, if I take another variable b and I equate it to a, so this will this will have a separate memory location. How can I prove this is, if I console log, before console log, if I change the value of b is equal to 20. So now what I expect is a will have a value of 100 and b will first have a value of 100, and then it will have a value of 20. So I'll do a console log here also, to just to clarify. Console log b, console log b. So just see in the console. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this will have a value of, this is hitting from here, so this will have a value of 100 and this will have a value of 20, what I'm seeing in the console. Also changing b will not in turn change a, which can be proved by this. If I refresh it, so a is still 100, so it made a separate copy. So this is primitive data types. This can be done by strings or booleans also. You can check it out. I'll go to reference data types now. Even if the interviewer asks you what are reference data types in JavaScript, I'll be explaining right now. What I explained in the slide, I'll just be writing code for proving that. Data types, let's take an object as I showed you in the slide. I'll be taking an object a. Let me name something else, otherwise there will be an error because I have already taken a. First name is equal to Bruce. In case you're wondering what is the background noise, that is my brother playing PUBG. I can't do anything about that, I'm sorry. Bruce Wayne. So I have declared one object which has a property first name and second property second name. I'll take another object 2. I'll equate it with object 1. I'm demonstrating a shallow copy right now. So if I console log, I'll comment out these console logs. Oh, sorry, bad way of doing that. Okay, console log object 1 and then console log object 2. Properties are declared by colon. So yeah, so what I see here is, okay, I'll comment on this also. So this portion of code, just see this portion of code. So I have an object, I equated the object, so both of these console logs will give the same result, which is exactly what we know. Now when I try changing the properties from object 2, I tried changing the property of object 2, which is first name, to some other name. I'll name it Robin. So I expect that the first name of object 1 will not change. This is the ideal behavior what I want. But what I'll get is, it is changed to Robin, both in object 1 and object 2. So what I said in the slides, if I go back to the slides, yeah, both the objects, both the variables are pointing towards the same object. So if I change the property from B, it is also changing the property of A, because I'm changing the property in that same memory location. So how exactly can I do a deep copy or make a separate copy? This is shallow copy. I don't think you'll ever come to a use case where you need shallow copy. You will always want a deep copy. So I'll discuss a way where you can make a deep copy of this. So I'll comment out this code right now. I'll take this portion of code where I'll have declared object 1, paste it, uncomment it, and then make another object. Object 2 is equal to, what I'll use is use a spread operator. Spread operator is ellipsis, just 3 dots. Object 1, what I want to spread, the items what I want to spread. This will do a deep copy. What I'm doing here is, object 1, whatever content it will have, it will just spread out inside this object, and object 2 will have another object in some another memory location, which will have the same content as of object 1. So both object 1 and object 2 are having separate memory location. So if I try changing, if first I'll console log object 1 and object 2 at this point. So this, first of all, I'll try consoling out. So both of them have same values. Now what I'll do is object 2 dot first name, the same example that I showed during the shallow copy. I'm doing the same thing. Let's see the difference. Okay, I'll change it to Robin. Now I'll do again a console log of object 1 and object 2. Now when I hit refresh, I can see that this is corresponding to object 1, it still has Bruce, and this is corresponding to object 2, this has Robin. So changing the first name of object 2 doesn't change the property of object 1. So what this means is these two have different memory location, and this is deep copy. So this is what we want in ideal case. So there are other ways also of making a deep copy, but this is the best way that I feel, and best and elegant way that I feel, making as a use of spread operator and copying the contents. So I think I've made my point pretty clear, and you guys would have gained understanding from this. So if you understood something from this video, just hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, as I will be continuously posting videos on interview questions of JavaScript from now on. Thank you.